This is an overview of Access Project 5, and in Project 5 we're going to create a multiple table form. In essence, we take two tables and put them together into one form, and it's actually a pretty neat operation. So I'm going to jump right in, and I'm on page 270, and the first thing I want us to do is click on the book rep table, and I'm going to go to Design View. And that will bring up all the fields that are present. And again, if you're not terribly familiar with Access, you can add fields, change the data type here. And in essence, what they want us to do here is add some fields. So the fields are in figure 5-4, so I'm going to take a moment and do that. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to change the data type beside it. Okay, so I added those 4 fields. And just to show, again, the way the book does this is they say there's more than one way to do this. So I'm going to do one other item. Is I'm going to click under postal code, and you can actually insert a row. I'm going to do that differently. I'm going to click on start date and insert a row. And I need to add another field here for phone number. Could have done it the other way, and this phone number is going to be short text, but we're actually going to do some manipulation with the phone number. Down here at the bottom, and we haven't done this with the others, but for phone number, I'm down here under input mask. Yes, we'll save it first. You can change what your input mask looks like. So for phone number, you can have a certain setup, social security number, zip code, what have you. So we're going to set up our phone number, and we're going to leave it the input mask as it looks there. We're going to have it without the symbols in the mask like this, and we'll finish it. So you'll see what that looks like when actually the next part where we put the data in. So I'm going to close this. So it asks us to save it. Now I'm going to open this back up, and I need to come in and put the actual the data in here. I'm going to pause this because you don't want to see me put the data in, except in certain parts I will unpause. I've entered the phone numbers in, and notice how they have the configuration using the input mask we used when we set that up. Sales goal, figure 5-13, the first person has a check mark. The comments, again, I'm going to pause because these are pretty lengthy, but you type in the comments as they're given in the book on page 276. So I'll add those. As I've typed in the comments for the 4 records, one thing you may want to do is you can widen or make taller the areas and see the spelling mistakes that you make or I made. I think I made too many, and that just gives you the opportunity to easier read longer sets of text like we have in this area. Now to add the pictures for these, you will need the data files. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to Insert Object, I'm going to say a bitmap image, and hit OK, and it's going to open up Microsoft Paint. Now you can click here and paste from, and I need to go to where my folder is, and we're in chapter 5. So the first person is Melina, and now if you just go to exit and return to document, it puts that picture in there. So I'm going to do that again for the others if I did that too quickly. I'm going to insert an object, go to bitmap, opens up Paint, go to paste from, Who's our second person? I look back to see who our second person is. Michael. And we will exit and return. Our third person is Robert Chin. Paid attention this time. Paste from. There's Robert. And we'll exit. And then our fourth person is Tracy Rogers. Insert bitmap. Okay. Now that will place the pictures. In a moment I'll show you how you can check to see if the pictures are really there, because sometimes people don't believe it. But for the next part, what I'm going to do is for the attachment section is show you how to get the attachments in there, and it's actually pretty easy. If you double click in that area, you can add your attachments. Now not everybody will have attachments, so like for example our first person, Melina Perez, if you click in here you can add, and again you need to go to your data files wherever they're saved at, and we should have a couple items from Melina. We don't need to worry about her picture, but her customers and her, we have a Word document and an Excel file. So hit OK, and notice it puts 2. So that means there's 2 there. Our next person, Michael, doesn't have any. But our third person, Robert, double click. Robert has potential customers, and that will place them in that regard. So that's how you add attachments. Now, I mentioned a minute ago, let me go ahead and close this. And that will bring up our items. Now you can always go to Datasheet View and view those there. Make sure the items are indeed I mentioned if you want to view the pictures to make sure they do indeed work, and check that. I accidentally added something here. If you I'd mentioned before, if you would like to view the picture, make sure that it is indeed viewable. There's actually another way, we'll see this in a minute, but if you right click on your picture, you can go to edit the picture, see it that way, it'll open back up in Paint, but we'll see that here momentarily. So I'm going to save this and we'll continue in the next section.